It begins on a chilly morning in Flagstaff, the type where the air is thick before the sun even rises over the mountains. Robyn's car is discovered abandoned on a dirt road miles from town. The driver's door is open, keys still in the ignition, and her phone is perfectly resting on the passenger seat as if she intentionally set it there. There are no tire tracks, no footprints, no struggle marks, only a creepy silence that sends the hair at the back of your neck standing on end. Kody gets there first, his voice shaking as he repeats the same question again and again. Why would she be out here? No one responds because no one knows. Or perhaps, they're just not willing to put it into words. The family is in the kitchen later, the clock clanging too loudly in the background. Christine sits with her back to the room, her arms crossed tightly, as Janelle walks back and forth, talking to herself. Mary says nothing, but her eyes move toward Kody whenever he adjusts his chair. There is tension present, the kind that makes every little noise seem obtrusive. There is something that someone knows that they're not saying, and they all know it deep down. If Robyn actually left on her own, then why did she leave behind everything? That evening, the wind shakes the windows, as Christine sits by herself in her living room, reading through old text messages from Robyn. The previous one, only 2 days ago, was brief in an unusual way. I have to tell you something, but not here. She hadn't answered immediately, and now regrets it. Outside, a police patrol car moves slowly by, its headlights cutting through the night. Christine's phone vibrates. It's from an unknown number. Don't believe what they say? The search starts before dawn. Police search the place where Robyn's vehicle had been discovered, their flashlights slicing through the remaining gray fog still stuck to the road. The ground is hard-packed from the frigid night, but here and there, subtle impressions are seen, half a shoe mark, a scrape, nothing definitive enough to tell a tale. Kody stands at a distance, arms around himself, looking into the trees as if waiting for Robyn to emerge at any moment. His hair is disheveled, his eyes bloodshot, but there's something more in his face. Not worry, but a fear. Meanwhile at home, Janelle is at the kitchen counter, brewing coffee no one will drink. She has learned enough in this family to recognize when something does not add up. She wouldn't leave the kids like that, she says, half to herself. Christine, resting against the counter, demands, "Then what are you saying?" Janelle hesitates for a very long time before answering. "I'm saying someone wanted her gone." Later that evening, the police knock on Christine's door. They've discovered something along the edge of the woods. A piece of torn cloth, floral print, the same design as a dress Robyn was wearing earlier in the week. Christine holds it in her hands, feeling the coarse fibers, her stomach churning. She recalls seeing that very dress hanging in Robyn's laundry room just a few days ago. If this was an accident, why does every new clue feel like it's leading away from the truth? In the evening, Mary arrives at Christine's place without warning. She's pale, her lips pressed into a thin line, and she wastes no time sitting down. "I got a call," she says quietly, "from Robyn. Last week." Christine's head snaps up. "And you're just telling me now?" Mary's voice cracks. "Because she asked me not to tell anyone. She said she was afraid. She didn't say why, just that I should keep my phone handy." Christine gazes at her, the meaning of those words sinking into her chest. Robyn had been afraid, and she'd called Mary, not Kody, not Janelle, not even Christine herself. That means Mary knows more than she's saying. And in this family, secrets have a way of tearing everything apart. Night falls heavy over Flagstaff, the kind of black sky that swallows every sound. Inside Christine's home, the living room light flickers, then steadies, as if the house itself is holding its breath. She's replaying Mary's words in her head. "Keep your phone close," when her own device buzzes on the coffee table. Unknown number again. This time no words, just a brief soundbite. It's only a few seconds long, but Christine's blood goes cold when she listens to it. Robyn's voice, shaking, whispering, "He's watching me. He knows." Christine calls Janelle right away, setting the phone on speaker. They replay the clip again. Janelle looks out the window, as if she is waiting for someone to be standing there. Do you think she meant Kody? Christine slowly shakes her head. Or maybe she wanted us to believe she meant Kody. The gravity of that possibility hangs there. In town, Kody sits parked outside a dingy diner. He's meeting someone, a man Christine and Janelle never saw before. Their informant, a neighbor with an eye for detail, takes a fuzzy photo from across the parking lot. The man gives Kody a small envelope, which he tucks into his jacket before leaving. And if Cody's only concerned about locating Robyn, why is he being introduced to strangers at midnight? The next day, another clue comes to light. Robyn's purse, found along a creek bed several miles away from where her car had been left stranded. The contents are virtually undamaged, except for her wallet. Christine spots something unusual about the zipper of the bag. Blonde hair strands caught in the teeth. Robyn's hair is dark. Janelle recommends that they bring the bag to the police, but Christine is hesitant. What if they already have an agreement with him? She whispers. She doesn't specify who him is. But Janelle gets it. This family has learned the hard way that not every badge is protective. Meanwhile, Mary hasn't been seen all day. When she finally answers Christine's call, her tone is curt, almost irritated. I can't talk right now. Before Christine can ask why, the line goes dead. Hours later, Christine spots Mary's car parked 2 blocks from Kody's house, and Mary sitting in the driver's seat, staring straight ahead, hands gripping the wheel, as if working up the courage to do something she can't take back. Rain lashes against the windows, turning the streets of Flagstaff into dark rivers. Christine can't sleep, her mind a storm of questions. Every time she closes her eyes, she hears Robyn's whisper from that audio clip. He's watching me. He knows. It's just after midnight when headlights sweep across her living room wall. She peeks through the curtain. Mary's car again, parked at the curb. This time Mary steps out, holding a manila envelope against her coat, and hurries to Christine's door. When Christine opens it, Mary does not sit. Her hair is wet, her hands shaking. She places the envelope on the coffee table, speaking low and with an edge. You have to see this. But then you do, and there's no turning back. Christine pushes out a pile of photos, the corners wrinkled with age. They look bland at first. Robyn smiling over a family barbecue, posing in front of Coyote Pass. Then Christine sees the dates scribbled on the back. They're all pre-family move to Flagstaff. And in some, Robyn is with a man Christine doesn't know. In one, he's got his arm around her shoulders. In another, they're holding hands. If these pictures are what Christine believes they are, Robyn's disappearance isn't the beginning of the story. It's the end of one that's been concealed for years. Mary tells hurriedly, a week prior to Robyn's disappearance, she received a text from a blocked caller number, instructing her where to locate the envelope. It was inside a box, concealed in the attic of the Vegas house. The key was stuck under the mailbox. Christine's heart beats faster. Who instructed you to search there? Mary shakes her head. They didn't say. But the voice on that first call, it wasn't a stranger. It was Robyn. Before they can process it, Christine's front door rattles. Someone's trying the handle. Both women freeze. A shadow passes the window, slow and deliberate, then disappears into the rain. Christine's phone buzzes. Another text from the unknown number. Stop looking, or you'll be next. Mary backs toward the door, panic creeping into her voice. We need to tell Kody. Christine snaps. No, if he's involved, we'll be walking right into it. But Mary's expression says she's not convinced. She clutches the envelope to her chest like a lifeline. And without another word, she walks out into the storm. The rain has stopped by morning, but the world still feels drenched in the tension from the night before. Christine hasn't slept. Each groan of the house, each drone of the refrigerator has sounded like a threat. She sits at the kitchen table, the envelope laid out before her, the pictures like little time bombs ready to explode. Each one is a fragment of Robyn's life that none of the family was aware of. A life that perhaps wasn't meant to be discovered. She can't help but fixate on the man in the photos. Tall, lean, an unnerving calmness in his eyes. The closeness between him and Robyn isn't something you pretend for a friendly photo. There's something there. Christine knows it in her stomach. A knock on the door startles her out of her reverie. It's Janelle, freshly showered, hair still wet, a tote bag thrown over her shoulder. She doesn't even pause for an invitation before entering. I couldn't sleep, she confesses, depositing the bag. I was just going over that audio clip in my head. And now, Mary popping by at odd hours. None of it sits right with me. Christine pauses before sliding the photos across the table. Janelle's eyes close as she flips through them, stopping on one where Robyn is laughing with her hand on the chest of the mystery man. Who is he? Janelle breathes. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Christine says. Mary said Robyn told her where to find these. But why not come to us directly? Why hide them in a house 2 states away? Janelle reads over the dates once more. These are from nearly 15 years ago. Before you ever left Kody. Before the show even began taping. Really? She relaxes back, taking a slow breath. So either Kody's aware of this and hasn't told us, or he's going to find out the same way we did. They both lapse into silence at the thought. If this man was a part of Robyn's history, could he also be a part of the reason she's dead now? Christine's phone vibrates. Another text from the mysterious number. This one has an attachment. It's grainy but taken from afar. But it's unmistakable. Robyn in the parking lot of a small-town supermarket. She's wearing a hoodie tugged low over her face. But the way she stands, the angle of her head, it's her. The photo was taken yesterday. She's alive. Christine gasps. Relief washes over her for a half second, until she sees what's behind her in the photo. The same guy from the old pictures, standing next to her, filling bags into the bed of a dusty pickup truck. Janelle reaches for her phone to dial the police, but Christine intercepts her. We can't turn this in. Not yet. Whoever sent it to me didn't send it to them. They sent it to me. They sent it to me. Janelle's brows furrow. So what are you going to do? Just sit here while Robyn's out somewhere with some stranger? Christine shakes her head. Not a stranger. Someone she trusted enough to meet in public. Someone she wanted to keep hidden from us until now. We need to find out why. That's when Christine recalls the envelope. Under the photos, a folded paper is buried. A map, handmade, annotated by a single red X. In the margin, in Robyn's handwriting, if anything happens to me, start here. They don't even pause to consider. In 60 minutes, they're in Janelle's SUV. The map unfolded across the dashboard. The path curving through side roads, and into the border of the forest. The farther they travel, the more uncomfortable Christine becomes. The X takes them to a broken-down cabin, gnarled wood weathered gray by years of snow and wind. The door is jammed, but there's a crack in the side window just large enough for Janelle to be able to slip her hand inside and open it. The air inside smells of dust, and something else, faint but acrid, like old metal. The cabin is sparsely furnished. There are a few chairs, a table, and a cot squeezed into the corner. On the table rests another envelope. This one marked thick black marker. For Christine. Her hands shake as she opens it. There is a solitary USB drive inside. Janelle watches her. We don't have a computer. Christine sighed, her eyes darting to the corner of the room, where a cluttered old laptop rests on the table, charging cable still attached to the wall. It takes almost 5 minutes to start up, the hum of the fan filling the quiet. When the USB does finally load, all that is there is one file, a recording. They hit play. Robyn's voice is heard, hesitant but resolute. If you're listening to this, I didn't return. There are things I never said, things I couldn't say, because it would have broken the family. But now, the truth is the only thing that could possibly save me. The man in the photos, his name is Daniel. He's not merely someone from my past. He's why I went away. Christine's chest constricts. Robyn goes on, voice cracking. Daniel knows some things about Kody, about all of us. He says we are in danger, and I believe him. But if Kody knows that I've been speaking to him, her voice subsides to a whisper. Don't trust him. Don't trust anyone. The recording cuts off, only the whine of the laptop fan remaining. Before Christine or Janelle can say anything, the crunch of tires on gravel sounds outside. They stand still. A car door thumps. A pair of footsteps gets closer to the cabin, slow and deliberate. Christine has the USB out of the laptop and into her pocket in a flash. Janelle looks out the crack in the curtain and turns white. It's Kody. Christine's heart thuds in her ears. He raps on the door, his voice firm but low. Christine, I know you're in there. Open the door. Janelle shakes her head, mouthing, don't. But Cody's voice becomes harder. If you don't open it, I will. Christine looks at the USB in her pocket, then over at Janelle. If Kody is involved in Robyn's vanishing, this drive might be why he is here. If he isn't, then he may be the only one who can. The footsteps change, heading towards the side of the cabin. Christine's breath hitches as the scrape of the window latch sounds. If Christine opens it, she might be rescuing Robyn, or walking right into the same trap. The knob is turned. The door creases open an inch, then freezes. Kody is there, rainwater running off his jacket, his eyes on Christine's. He doesn't appear angry. He appears desperate. You have something that belongs to me, he says softly. Christine doesn't reply. I'm not here to hurt you, Kody continues. But if you do have that recording, you have no idea what you hold in your hands. It's not solely about Robyn. It's about all of us. For a long tense second, nobody stirs. Then somewhere in the trees behind him, there is the rumble of another car engine. Kody turns and looks over his shoulder, his face twisting. Without another word, he gets inside and closes the door. Undefined. We don't have much time, he says. They tailed me here. The cabin seems cramped with Kody within, his presence dominating the air, with a surreal combination of exigency and mistrust. Christine and Janelle stand motionless beside the table, neither willing to drop their defenses. Outside, the low rumble of the oncoming engine grows louder and then diminishes abruptly. Kody edges towards the window, his head and shoulders strained through the torn curtain. His shoulders knot. It's them, he spits, almost under his breath. Who's them? Janelle asks, her tone low but firm. Kody spins around, his face white. Daniel isn't who you think he is. He's not some dude from Robyn's past. He's been stalking this family for years, following us. He's got people you don't want to mess with. Christine crosses her arms. You're telling us this now? After all this? I didn't know how deep it went. Kody growls, but his voice is cracking at the edges. Robyn began talking to him a few months ago. She said he had information that would keep the kids safe. But then she began ignoring my calls, and I discovered she'd met him in person. A car door slams from outside. Then another. Footsteps crunching on wet gravel. If Kody is telling the truth, whoever is out there is not here to chat. Kody points toward the rear of the cabin. There's a cellar. Hide there until I say it's okay. Christine doesn't budge. Why should we trust you? Kody edges closer, his voice lowering. Because if they discover that USB, you won't lose Robyn. You'll never hear from her again. The footsteps get nearer. A man's voice shouts, muffled but clear. Kody, open up. Kody's eyes flick toward the door. Go, now. Christine takes Janelle's arm, and they move to the rear of the cabin. The cellar door creaks and is warped, its hinges complaining as Janelle opens it. It stinks of damp soil and mildew. They start down the wood-creaking steps, the air getting colder with every breath. Overhead, the cabin door closes. Voices trickle down, low initially, then more piercing. One of them is not Kody's. Christine struggles to listen, catching snippets. She has it not safe. Deadline. Janelle moves closer in, whispering, they're searching for the USB. Christine clutches it more firmly in her pocket, her heart pounding. The voices rise louder, tension heavy between them. Then something solid crashes. A heavy object on the floor, followed by a harsh, agonized grunt that had to be Kody. The rush of hasty footsteps comes pounding toward the rear of the cabin. Christine's intake of breath. The cellar door groans as if someone is trying it. A moment, and then creakily, slowly, it starts to open. Christine and Janelle press back against the cold dirt wall. A beam of light cuts into the darkness, sweeping across the steps. Just before it lands on them, another voice shouts from the front of the cabin. We've got company. The light vanishes. The cellar door slams shut, footsteps retreating fast. A moment later, the roar of engines erupts outside, tires spitting gravel as the cars peel away. Christine and Janelle wait, barely breathing until Kody's voice rings out. It's clear. When they come out, the cabin appears different, as though the air itself has been ruffled. Kody stands against the wall, a line of blood trickling down his temple. His eyes are intense now. No hint of the desperation they'd witnessed previously. They know you have it, he states bluntly. Christine doesn't argue. Then explain why it's killing for. Kody looks in the direction of the door, ensuring that it's still closed. Because that recording, it doesn't discuss Daniel. It discusses the money. Janelle scowls. What money? Kody's voice drops even lower. The money the show's made over the years. The contracts. The side deals. The cash no one was supposed to know about. Robyn found proof that it was being moved. And not to the family accounts. Daniel was the one helping her track it. Christine's stomach twists. So you're saying someone in the family has been stealing from everyone else? Kody meets her gaze. I'm saying Robyn thought so. And if she's right, the person behind it isn't going to let her walk away alive. A long silence settles over them. The rain has started again. Soft at first, then heavier, drumming against the cabin roof. Christine looks at the USB in her hand. It feels heavier now, as if the truth inside it has weight. We need to find her before they do, she says. Kody nods once. Then you're going to have to trust me. Janelle exchanges a glance with Christine, the unspoken question hanging between them. Trusting Kody has never ended well, but not trusting him might mean losing Robyn forever. Outside, somewhere past rain and trees, engines are rumbling once more, not coming this time, but hanging in circle waiting. Whatever they are, they haven't gotten very far. If they don't budge in time, the next time those engines approach, it could be too late. The rain has been pounding for hours, drenching the forest in a relentless icy cadence. Christine, Janelle and Kody cower in the cabin, tension thick enough to cut with a knife. The USB on the table between them is a live grenade, waiting, seemingly harmless but deadly. Kody's pacing once more, his boots pounding on the buckled floorboards. If they're pacing us, it means they're waiting for us to make a move. They're attempting to drive us out. Christine's voice is even, but her eyes glint. Then we cease waiting. We go to them. Janelle regards her as if she has lost her mind. And do what? Precisely, turn over the USB. Walk into an ambush? No, Christine says, leaning forward. We use it as bait. Whoever's behind this doesn't know exactly what we've heard. If they think we're willing to trade it for Robyn, they'll show their face. Kody stops pacing, staring at her. That's risky. So is sitting here until they decide to burn this place down. Christine fires back. He makes up his mind without another word. Kody rummages an old burner phone out of his jacket pocket, dials a number from memory, and gets out into the rain. Christine sees him through the broken door, his lips moving quickly, his jaw clenched. When he returns, his voice is soft. They'll meet us. Tonight. The old mill road. Janelle shakes her head. And you think they'll actually bring Robyn? They'll bring something. Kody replies, palming the USB in his pocket. We just need to make sure we end up leaving with her. And the drive is brief, but seems interminable. The truck careens over potholes, headlights illuminating curtains of rain. The woods tower on both sides, dark and unblinking. Christine continues looking ahead on the road, her fists closed in her lap. As they arrive at the old mill road, it's just the same as she recalls from years past. Grown over, still and eerie. A decrepit warehouse sits at the end of the gravel road, its windows darkened. Two black SUVs are already present, parked side by side. Their engines are still idling. Kody drives up roughly 30 feet away, kills his lights, and idles the engine. If things go south, run into the trees, he tells them without glancing over. The three exit into the rain. A dark-coated man steps out of the nearest SUV. Tall, wide-shouldered, shaved head that shines in the headlights. His eyes find Kody first, then move to Christine. You have it? He yells. Kody holds up the USB between his two fingers. We want Robyn first. One of the men swings open the back SUV door. Christine's breath catches up. There she is. Robyn, she's dripping wet, her hair stuck to her face. But she's alive. She stumbles a little as the man grabs her arm. The tall man moves forward,
USB first. Then she walks. Christine steps forward, her voice cutting through the rain. You want this? Then tell me who you're working for. The man smirks. You already know. And in that split second, Christine does know. It's not Daniel, not some outsider. It's someone in the family, someone who's been playing both sides. Her stomach twists as the truth settles in. Before she is able to call out, the roar of another engine shreds the night. Headlights emerge from the far end of the road, blinding in the rain. The tall man curses, alerting his partner. Robyn's handler pulls her toward the SUV, but she struggles, breaking free for half a moment. Christine, she shouts. All of a sudden, everything blows up. Kody charges and crashes into the tall man. Janelle pulls Robyn back. The mystery car skids to a halt, its doors swinging open. Christine catches a glimpse of a face she never expected to see behind the wheel. A face she never thought would be here. And that's when she understands this isn't just about the USB or money. It's about betrayal so profound, it could tear what's left of their family in two forever. Rain falls harder, headlights illuminate, and amidst the chaos, the difference between friend and foe is blurred beyond recognition. The next action might save Robyn's life. Or take it. The rain is crashing now, drumming on the gravel like 1,000 tiny hammers. Time is suspended for an instant, headlights slicing through the mist, bodies frozen in motion, the raw tension of a moment poised on the brink of disaster. Christine's breath is caught when the individual from the new car emerges. It's Mykelti, her own daughter. She's soaked, her face white, but her eyes blaze with fiery determination. Get your hands off them. Mykelti yells, charging. The tall man freezes just long enough for Kody to struggle free and knock him to the ground. Janelle pulls Robyn completely into her arms, using her body to cover her. Mykelti, what are you doing here? Christine calls, her tone a combination of fear and incredulity. I've been following them for weeks. Mykelti wheezes, yanking something from her jacket. A tiny recorder. They were going to exchange Robyn for money. But now we have it all. Names, bribes, the whole scheme. The tall man struggles, but Kody pins him hard. The second man bolts toward the SUV, only to be met by Mykelti's backup. Two local deputies who leap from the shadows, weapons drawn. The chaos dissolves in minutes. The men are cuffed and shoved into the back of police vehicles. The black SUVs vanish into the night, escorted away by flashing blue lights. Robyn is shaking, her teeth chattering, but when Christine kneels before her, she mouths a faint smile. You came. Of course we came. Christine whispers, pushing aside wet hair from Robyn's face. We're family, no matter what's happened. Kody is panting, rain running from his hair. But for the first time in years his voice is calm. It's over. They crowd into the truck, all of them, and ride back to the cabin. Nobody says much on the way, but the silence is different now. Not tense but lighter. By the time they have arrived at the clearing, the rain has ceased. The scent in the air is fresh, almost new. Christine brews tea. Robyn covers herself in a blanket, and Janelle quietly dresses a small scrape on Kody's arm. Mykelti puts the recorder down on the table. I will turn this in the morning. But tonight, let's just be here, together. Christine glances around the room, at Robyn leaning on Janelle's shoulder, at Kody finally sitting motionless, at her daughter sitting there with guarded hope. For the first time in ages, the cracks in the family do not seem so wide. Outside, dawn starts to drive away the night. The forest that had been so crushing now seems a warm cocoon. Christine breathes deeply in, slowly exhaling. Whatever comes next, we face it together. And no one argues with that. Because at the end of it all, they'd finally discovered the truth. Family doesn't mean being perfect. It means never walking away.